the bone disease that creeps up silently. After 60, osteoporosis is often called the silent thief, and for good reason. It quietly steals bone density over the years, often without any symptoms until a sudden fracture or break reveals the damage. By the time you notice, it might already be too late. For those over 60, especially postmenopausal women, osteoporosis is one of the most dangerous and underestimated health threats. A simple fall that would have been harmless at 30 can lead to a broken hip or spine collapse at 70. These injuries don't just cause pain, they can lead to permanent disability, loss of independence, and in some cases, even death. But here's the powerful truth. Osteoporosis is preventable and manageable. It's not an inevitable part of aging. You can strengthen your bones, reduce your risk, and regain control if you take the right steps now. In today's video, we'll dive deep into what osteoporosis is and why it accelerates after 60. The early warning signs you should never ignore. The best foods, nutrients, and supplements for bone health. Safe, effective exercises to rebuild bone density. Natural remedies versus medication. What works best? Simple lifestyle changes that protect your skeleton for life. Grab a notebook because you'll walk away with a full action plan. Aging is inevitable, but becoming fragile and vulnerable doesn't have to be. Your bone health matters more now than ever. What is osteoporosis? Understanding the real threat beneath your skin. Osteoporosis literally means porous bones. It occurs when bone creation can't keep up with bone loss. Your bones become brittle, thin, and weak, like a honeycomb structure that's lost its density. It's a silent condition that affects over 10 million Americans, and millions more suffer from low bone mass or osteopenia. After 60, your bone mass naturally begins to decline due to hormonal changes, lower physical activity, and reduced nutrient absorption. Women are particularly at risk due to the sharp drop in estrogen after menopause, a hormone that plays a key role in maintaining bone density. The most common areas affected are the hips, spine, and wrists. But bone loss isn't just about fractures. Spinal compression can cause height loss, chronic back pain, and even organ compression. Once osteoporosis sets in, even coughing or bending over can lead to a fracture. Many seniors dismiss aches or stiffness as just getting older, but this can mask the early damage of osteoporosis. That's why early diagnosis and lifestyle intervention are so important. DEXA scans, bone density tests, are painless, quick, and can help you see where you stand. But now that we understand what osteoporosis is, let's explore why it accelerates so aggressively after age 60, and why it's particularly dangerous for women. Why it gets worse with age, and why women are especially at risk. Aging affects all systems in the body, but bone loss is uniquely tied to hormonal and metabolic shifts that ramp up after 60. For women, menopause is the turning point. Estrogen helps regulate bone remodeling, so when it drops suddenly, bones start to thin rapidly. In the first 5 to 7 years after menopause, women can lose up to 20% of their bone density. Men aren't immune either. They experience a gradual drop in testosterone, which also supports bone strength. But because they start with more bone mass, the symptoms may show up later. Still, by 70, both men and women are at high risk of fractures. Other factors that worsen bone loss after 60. Vitamin D deficiency due to less sunlight exposure. Poor gut health leading to calcium malabsorption. Sedentary lifestyle reducing bone-building stress on the skeleton. Chronic inflammation from poor diet or disease. The truth is, most people aren't warned about osteoporosis until they already have it. But that stops now. Because in the next scene, we're going to uncover the silent symptoms and early warning signs that can help you take action before a break or fracture occurs. Silent symptoms and early warning signs. Most people miss. One of the scariest things about osteoporosis is that it's usually painless, until it's not. That's why it's called a silent disease. But there are early signs that can alert you if you know what to look for. Loss of height. Losing more than 1 inch may signal spinal fractures. A stooped posture or curved back. Sudden back pain without injury. Weak grip strength or brittle nails. Fractures from minor falls or stress. a family history of osteoporosis or hip fractures. Don't ignore subtle signs like shrinking height or increased fragility. These symptoms may seem mild, but can point to deep structural weakening in your bones. If you notice any of these red flags, talk to your doctor about getting a bone density scan. Remember, early detection can literally save your spine. Now that we've learned how to recognize the danger, let's move on to the first line of defense: food. Top foods and nutrients that strengthen your bones. Naturally, what you eat can either fuel your bones or slowly destroy them. Bones need specific nutrients to maintain strength and density. The good news? You can start making changes today. Key bone-building nutrients and where to find them: calcium, leafy greens, dairy, almonds, tofu, fortified plant milks, vitamin D, sunlight, eggs, fatty fish, mushrooms, fortified cereals, magnesium, avocados, legumes, nuts, whole grains, vitamin K2, fermented foods, cheese, natto, grass-fed meats, protein, eggs, beans, poultry, Greek yogurt, quinoa, boron, apples, pears, prunes, raisins. Also consider adding bone broth, sardines with bones, and collagen-rich foods. Avoid foods that leach calcium or increase inflammation. Excessive salt and sugar, soda and alcohol, processed and refined foods. Think of every meal as a chance to protect your skeleton. Your bones are constantly renewing, and they rely on your choices. In the next scene, we'll see how movement completes the equation. Safe exercises to rebuild bone density. Without injury, exercise is like a bank deposit for your bones. It sends signals that your skeleton needs to stay strong. The best forms of exercise for osteoporosis are weight-bearing and resistance-based. Top safe exercises after 60. Walking or brisk walking, 30 minutes per day. Body weight strength training, 2 to 3 times per week. Tai Chi or yoga for balance and posture. Chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance bands. Avoid high-impact or jerky movements like jumping or heavy weightlifting if you're already diagnosed. Always warm up and consult a trainer who specializes in senior fitness. Remember, doing something is better than doing nothing. Motion is medicine, and bones thrive under healthy pressure. Now let's explore some powerful natural remedies and supplements that science supports. Natural remedies, supplements, and lifestyle hacks that work beyond food and movement. There are targeted strategies that boost bone regeneration naturally. Top natural options: calcium and vitamin D, 3 supplements. Consult your doctor. Strontium citrate. Some studies show it boosts bone formation. Collagen peptides improve bone matrix strength. Vitamin K 2 plus D3 combo enhances calcium absorption into bones. Silica-rich herbs like horsetail and nettle lifestyle hacks that protect bone density. Quit smoking and reduce alcohol. Get 15 to 30 minutes of sun exposure daily. Maintain a healthy body weight. Reduce stress. Chronic cortisol breaks down bone. Sleep 7 to 9 hours to allow bone rebuilding during rest. These approaches won't just help you manage osteoporosis, they may even reverse it in early stages. But when is medication necessary? Let's look at that now. When medication is necessary, and what you should know first. Sometimes natural methods aren't enough. When your T-score drops below -2.5, or you've had a serious fracture, medication may be essential. Common meds include bisphosphonates, Fosamax Boniva, slow bone loss, denosumab, injectable that blocks bone resorption. Teriparatide stimulates new bone growth. But these drugs can have side effects like jaw pain, digestive issues, or rare fractures with long-term use. Always weigh the risks and benefits with your doctor. Use medication as part of a holistic plan that includes nutrition, movement, and regular monitoring. Finally, taking control of your bone health. Before it's too late, osteoporosis may be silent, but your actions don't have to be. Starting today, you can take meaningful steps to protect your bones, avoid fractures, and stay mobile, strong, and independent. Remember, bone loss isn't inevitable, it's manageable. Nutrition and exercise are your daily medicine. Early detection is the difference between prevention and crisis. Your bones are the framework of your life. Care for them, and they'll carry you forward with strength and resilience. If this video helped you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a loved one who needs this information. Let's build a healthier future, bone by bone.